guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have this very simple, elegant prom makeup tutorial. I asked you guys on Facebook what kind of makeup look you wanted for prom, and everyone said dramatic, and then there were a few that said they wanted simple just because they know it's more wearable and it matches more dresses. And I wanted to find like a happy medium and do something that just, I feel like for a lot is sort of a go-to for prom, but maybe with like a nude lip. I actually had a different lip color, but I chose this one because I just felt like I needed some kind of pop because this is a more formal makeup look. But anyways, if you guys want to see how I got this simple, elegant prom makeup look, then please keep watching. Hey y'all, so today for this prom look we're going to be starting off with our eyes, and I'm setting my eyelids with this Maybelline Age Rewind concealer, just rubbing it on there and blending it out with my finger. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this Better Skin powder by Maybelline and just set that concealer just so the eyeshadows I'm going to be putting on over it will go on nice and smooth and blend out very easily. Alright, so for today's eyes, I'm going to be using the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And the first shade I'm going to be taking is Warm Taupe. And I'm just going to blend that into my crease and get a nice transition for the eye look. Here I am using, I believe, the Sigma E25, and I love using this blending brush because I feel like it's small enough to start the transition and really get in there where I want the product, and it blends really nicely. Alright, now I'm grabbing a little bit of the shade Antique Bronze, and I'm just going directly underneath that crease color, and I'm kind of patting it in under the crease color and then blending it to join that as well, to give it a little more depth in the crease. And then I'm adding a little bit of this shade Cypress Umber, which is just like a dark matte brown. Okay, sorry for the cat in the background. She totally wanted to join and be a part of the video. She just loves the camera, I guess, and then she like fell to her death. So I don't know, she's like the clumsiest cat on earth, honestly. She's just always falling. But anyways, yeah, now I'm taking that darker brown, or actually the darkest matte brown in the palette, and I'm just blending that out on the furthest ends of the eye look, and yeah, just blending that out. Now I'm taking the shade, this is a really beautiful color, it's called Buon Fresco, I believe, Buon Fresco, and I'm just patting that on the lid, and it's got this kind of lavender pinky shade, and I feel like it just makes this whole eye look so fresh and beautiful. And then I'm taking a little bit of, what is that, from Mirror, and just wiping that on the inner corner. And I'm taking a little bit of this homemade MAC Fix Plus that I actually made myself from watching a DIY video, so DIY Fix Plus, and just wiping that on to brighten the inner corner of the eye look. If you guys would actually like me to do a video on this DIY MAC Fix Plus, then I would totally do that for you. I haven't done any DIYs yet, so that would be pretty cool. But anyways, now I'm taking this LA Fresh makeup wipes. Really, any makeup wipe will do. These were actually a little bit aggravating to my skin, but they're what I had on hand. And just cleaning up the fallout under my eyes. And now I'm doing a little bit of winged liner, and I'm using the Revlon Color Stay felt tip liner, I believe, and I'm just doing the wing first on each eye because I really want everything to be perfectly symmetrical. And then I'm going in and doing the wing. Now I know that you're not really supposed to tug on your eyelids like this, but I just feel like this helps me get the fastest look, especially when I don't have any face makeup on. It doesn't really matter if I'm touching my face. And yeah, I did have a little bit of a mess up on my right eye. That always happens to me. I don't know why. I can always do the left perfectly, but I can't do the right. And if you guys would like a video on how I actually fix my eyeliner when I screw it up, I can totally do that. But yeah, now I'm going in with lashes, and these are Dodo Lashes. It's either Dodo or Doo-Doo. I really hope it's Dodo because Dodo Lashes, I don't know how I feel about that name. But yeah, the person who started this company actually sent me these for free, so that was so nice. Thank you so much to Dodo Lashes, or however you say it. And I can't remember what the number is of these, but I will list it below in the description bar, just like I list everything that I wear on my face. And yeah, now I am putting on some Wet n Wild
primer, and this is a really nice drugstore primer. And now I'm using this Maybelline Dewy Smooth Foundation, and I really like this because since I've been like in the sun a lot, as you can tell in this video, I am like pretty sunburned. That happened on accident. I was literally in the sun for like an hour, and I had sunscreen on. I guess I just couldn't tell how much sun I was getting. And yeah, I really have been liking the Dewy Smooth Foundation to keep my skin hydrated. And now I'm using this Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and I'm actually patting that with my finger. I saw the YouTuber, her name is Kristen Dominique, I believe, and she loves patting with this concealer because she feels like it gives the most coverage. So I was trying that out, and I felt like she was right. I feel like it gives really good coverage when you just pat it on. Now I'm taking this Wet n Wild contour palette, or contour and highlight, and I'm using the highlight shade to set under my eyes. And then I'm taking the contour side and just sculpting my face for the gods. And yeah, this palette is really impressive. This is only $3 at the drugstore, and I'm pretty blown away every time I try it. The first time I tried it, I didn't have like a good base underneath, and I felt like it was really splotchy. But if you have like a good consistent, like, I don't know, some kind of base underneath, it goes on a lot smoother. So that's just a tip, I guess, for when you're going to use it. But yeah, I was really liking it. Alright, and then now I'm going to go on with this Milani brow kit. I know this one is just destroyed, and I'm so sorry, but like, I'm so cheap with makeup sometimes, at least for the makeup I use on myself. Not for my clients. I just like cannot bring myself to invest in nice things. But I think this is the Milani brow powder in light brown, and then I'm taking this Wet n Wild. I think it's like a brow pencil. It has a spoolie on one end, and I think it's like $1, and I think this is in the shade soft brown or something like that. But I was really struggling with this product because it was like extremely creamy, so you got like a lot of pigmentation at one time, and then it wasn't mixing well with the powder I had used prior because it was so creamy, so it got like really flaky. I don't know, I'm just like trying to use a lot more affordable products because I know you guys like that, but it was a struggle, not gonna lie. Alright, now I'm taking the shade, I think it's Antique Bronze. Yeah, I'm going back to Antique Bronze, and I am just smoking that out on my bottom lash line. This is a Sigma brush. I can list it below. And then I'm taking a little bit of that Cypress Umber, the dark brown, and I am blending that out on the outer edges of the lower lash line. So the furthest depth is on the outer ends of the eyes, and everything is really smoked out on the ends and very bright on the inside of the eye. Very pretty. And yeah, now I'm taking the Vermeer. I think it's Vermeer. I'm trying to memorize these. There's so many shades in this palette, I can't keep up. But yeah, now I'm taking Vermeer, brightening up the insides of the eye look. And then now I'm taking this Wet n Wild pencil, and I'm just running that on my lower lash line. I was loving how fresh and natural the whole eye look was looking, but I was trying to keep in mind that this is a formal makeup look, and I wanted to accentuate my features the best I could while keeping things natural. So I did add a little bit of liner, and then I am touching up my brows just a little bit more, filling in some gaps with that Wet n Wild pencil I told you I was struggling with. Alright, now I'm taking this blush that I actually got in my Ipsy bag, and I've been really liking it. I feel like it's the perfect color for when you want a blush look, but you don't want it to look like you're wearing like a lot of blush. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like a lot of time when I wear blush, it just shows up like too prominent, and I love how light this goes on the skin. I'll list it below, like I said. And now I'm taking a little bit of that Wet n Wild contour and a Sigma E40 and just blending out a little bit of nose contour, and then I took a little bit of lighter powder and went over that. I'm still not really sure how I feel about nose contour. I feel like I already like the shape of my nose, but I feel like when other stuff is contoured, it makes everything symmetrical when I do it. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, now I'm taking this L'Oreal Lumi cream highlighter, and I'm just actually taking a brush and just swiping that on my cheeks, and I'm kind of using it as like a primer for this Wet n Wild powder highlighter, and I'm just brushing that right over so it kind of sticks on and it stays really well. And I was trying to use all drugstore besides for the eyeshadow palette because I feel like a lot of people have the Modern Renaissance. And yeah, now I'm just doing a little bit of mascara on my lower lash line. And now I'm on to lips. And I'm using the Physicians Formula Argan Oil on my lips to like prime them for liquid lipstick. And the lipstick I'm using today is the NYX Liquid Suede Liquid Lipstick in the shade Kitten Heels. And I feel like it's in your best interest when you're preparing for a special occasion to use a matte lip because it has a lot more longevity than using a glossy lip would. And if you're eating or possibly kissing somebody, it would hopefully not come off as easily. So there you have it, guys. There's the final look. I hope you guys like it. If you want to know how to get these super easy waves in my favorite curling iron of all time, then please comment below. And please like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.